Hi, welcome to St. Louis Community Credit Union. My name's Daryl. Today we're going to build a basic budget, the 5-step spending plan. Our objectives today are to understand the steps to setting up a spending plan, identify our spending leaks, track our spending so we can find ways to save, set our short-term and our long-term goals, review or audit our progress, revise our goals, and figure out which financial tools are going to help us reach our goals. So I want you to take out a piece of paper so you can take this quick little quiz. Answer these questions for me. Do you spend more than you make? Are you living beyond your means? Do you pay yourself last? Do you charge items instead of saving for them? Do you think about an emergency fund, but you fail to have one? Or do you find yourself spending uncontrollably? If you are, let me tell you about some of the benefits of managing your money. You can free up your time so that you can do the things that you enjoy. You have less stress. Less stress will lead to better health. You can achieve your goals. When you reach your goals, you're going to have a feeling of satisfaction. Also, you have greater control of your money. So you control your money instead of your money controlling you. And this control is going to give you great peace of mind. So first, let's set our goals. I want you to set SMART financial goals. So SMART being specific, measurable, adjustable, realistic, and time-oriented. There are 3 types of goals. There's short-term goals, which would be something that we want to reach in the next 6 months. So say, for example, there's a game system that you want to get, or a purse, or a pair of shoes you want to buy. Then we have intermediate goals, goals that we want to reach within the next 1 to 5 years. So maybe your goal now is to get a car, or you want to purchase a home. So you're going to save up money so that you can reach those goals. We also have long-term goals. Long-term goals are goals that we want to reach that are more than 5 years away. So maybe you want to go on vacation. Is there anybody here that wants to retire? I'm sure there is. So long-term goals, more than 5 years away. Now, how are we going to reach these goals? Well, we have to understand the difference between them. With our short-term goals, we're going to budget. So we're going to find our spending leaks so that we can save up the extra money for those. Our intermediate-term goals, we're going to save for. So we're going to make a conscious effort to place money away into a savings account so that we can reach our medium-term goals. Our long-term goals, we're going to invest. So review that. You're going to budget for short-term goals, save for intermediate-term goals, and invest for long-term goals. So this spending plan that I was talking about, or budget, what is it? It's a blueprint for your day-to-day personal finances, and it has 2 major components, income and expenses. What does the spending plan do for you? It helps you stay on track financially, so you can decide where your money is going to go. You make informed choices. You determine whether you're living within your means. Also, you develop a savings plan, and you control your financial future. So what are the 5 steps to creating a successful spending plan? First, you have to list all income sources. Second, we have to determine where our money goes, or what are our expenses. Third, we have to balance our income versus our expenses. Fourth, we have to review our income and expenses and communicate our new spending plan. And step number 5, manage your system. We actually have to put it into work. So let's start step 1. List all income sources. If it's a paycheck, dividends, interest, rental income, whatever it may be, if it's money going into your pocket, you need to keep track of that money. Step 2, determine monthly expenses. So how do you spend your money now? Well, there's 3 different types of expenses. You have fixed expenses, which are the expenses that are going to be the same from month to month. They're not going to change, and they're going to be the same amount each month. For example, our mortgage or our car payment. We know it's going to be the same dollar amount, and it's going to be due on the same day. We also have flexible expenses. Flexible expenses are expenses that change based upon our usage. For example, our cell phone bills may change based on how many minutes we use. Our food expenses might change because we may eat more last month than we did this month. Our utilities, one month it may be cold, the next month it may be warm. We also have periodic expenses. The easiest way to explain periodic expenses is that they're expenses that we have to pay. It's just that we don't have to pay them every month. For example, taxes. We know that tax season comes, but it's not something that's paid every month. Or insurance. You may have to pay your insurance once within a year, twice a year, or maybe 4 times a year. So it all depends on how your company goes. Also with our expenses, we have to determine how we're going to track our expenses. One method of tracking our expenses is through the receipt method. The receipt method, we just have one place where we keep all of our receipts for the month, and when it comes to the end of the month, we determine how much in each category we're spending. There's also the envelope method. With the envelope method, on the outside of every envelope, write down a category and put cash inside of that envelope. Now, once you've spent the cash or the dollar amount for that envelope, you spent that part of your budget. We also have the checkbook ledger. It may be a little difficult to keep up with because we don't always keep our checkbooks with us, but that is another way to keep track. Some people prefer to have an account book, so at the end of each day, they write down all the transactions that they've done in their account book. There's also computer software that you can use that helps you manage your money as well. So where does your money go? Well, the little things add up. If you're getting a $3 to $4 cup of coffee every day on your way to work, that could add up to almost $900. Or maybe you have an addictive habit that you like to kick, because you know that little bit over time really adds up. Or if you're just impulsively going out with your friends, that also is going to be a big drain on your budget. But I'll tell you, however you decide to track your spending, however it is that you're spending your money, communicate. Make sure that you're communicating with your family and that everyone is staying on track with the plan, because this is the only way that as a family we're going to reach our financial goals. Step 3, balance income and expenses. How does your cash flow? Your goal is to make your income match your expenses. So do me a favor, pull out a piece of paper. Draw a line down the center of the paper. On the left side, I want you to write down all the money that you have coming in. If it's your salary, if it's gifts, any type of money that you have coming. Now on the right side, I want you to write in all the money that's going out, however it is that you're spending your money. So include your food, your recreation expenses, your utilities, your savings account, so the money that you're putting away, and even any gifts that you've purchased. Add up both sides. Got it? Okay. Well, if your income is greater than your expenses, you have a great opportunity to save more money. Now, if your expenses are greater than your income, you need to make some changes, which leads us to step 4. Review and communicate. Continue to track your expenses and find places to save, or identify your spending leaks. Analyze and review your plan and make sure that you answer this question. Does your current plan fit with your goals? There are pitfalls that could destroy your spending plan. Medical emergencies, holidays, vacations, auto accidents, or just the lack of having an emergency fund. In your emergency fund, you should try to save 3 to 6 months of living expenses into that savings account. More examples that could destroy your budget. Parking tickets, unread subscriptions. Do you receive magazines all the time? Are you reading all of those magazines? I bet you're probably just throwing them away if you don't. Well, you already paid for that subscription though, didn't you? Well, that's money that you're just wasting. Unread newspapers, ignored repairs. Whew. Ignored repairs. Okay. So, for example, with your car, if your car is riding a little funny or if you hear a sound, get it addressed immediately because you don't want a small problem to turn into a large problem. Leftover food, if you find yourself just throwing away food, that's another waste of money. Quick car acceleration. Slow down. Slow down. Use less gas by accelerating slower off the line. Late fees. Fees should not be part of your budget, so make sure that you don't get yourself comfortable by paying fees. Unused phone services. With your phone plan, figure out what your features are and what you're paying for. And if you have features that you're paying for that you're not using, get rid of them. Water left running, leaky faucets, these are all things that are going to increase your energy usage. Impulse shopping, eating out frequently. Gosh, there's so many different ways that you can affect your budget, but it's all up to you on saving money.